Hi, and welcome to Fourth Dimension Tarot. My name is Maria, and if you join me, there might be a message in here for you today. I am pulling from the Heart's Hidden Secrets, and I'm asking spirit guides to help me kind of uncover the overall energy of the reader, or excuse me, of the watcher right now, and determine what you need to hear, what's going on in the person you're thinking about. Okay, a couple cards have already come out. I'm going to pull about 8, I assume. There's 4. The first one on the table is pain. Second is pride. Then we have open heart, shallow, heart fog. Then healing. It's telling a story. Healing, curse, conflict, commitment. Okay. I thought I'd change it up. I don't even have tarot out, and I already I'm getting a very clear understanding of what's happening here. It's kind of scared. Yes. Okay. Bottom of the deck is confessions, unveiling, coming clean, and messages. I feel like we have a separation right now. We have an energy who is exhibiting some pain. They are in a really dark place right now in their life. They, you can see this person. It's apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. And if you can see what this person looks like, it almost like in a physician's office, and they have those open, cloaks that you put on when you go in for physical, robes, whatever. And this one, that's what it reminds me of. So I almost get the sense that there's some mental anguish along with some physical consequences from behavior. I almost want to say either addiction or activity. We'll just say that activity has made this energy's consequences challenging. I feel as if this person may be struggling with some long-term consequences physically that was brought upon them from acting out. I'm trying to keep this clean, y'all. It's really challenging. If you only knew me, I have no problem using vulgarity when I need to. I'm Italian. It's like second nature. Anyway, pride, arrogance, ego, stubborn. And I love that they got a tiger here. Tigers are fierce, okay? They know what they want. They want to go after it. Hell or high water, get the hell out of my way. And arrogance, ego, and stubborn is a pretty good indicator. Like this person, this energy is exhibiting some pain from not listening. Somebody clearly knew what they needed to do, wanted to do it anyway, did it, and now is unfortunately reaping some karma from it. And the problem with this arrogant and ego is I feel like they're now going through a forced ego death. They are forced to look at some of these karmic issues that they've created in their life. And the reason why I say that is because now you have confessions. You don't get to a confession stage without, change of behavior and an eye opener that the behavior created some pain in other people's life, not just their own, and some long-term consequences. Open heart, receptive, empathy, and vulnerable. I feel like this energy here is going to come forward. They want you to have an open heart. They want to have a conversation. We've talked about this in a couple of readings past. They haven't come forward yet, but they're fearful. Their heart is on a string. Their heart is on a string. You're holding the string, and if they don't come correct, they're not going to get the outcome that they want. They need to be honest. They understand that their behavior has been shallow, totally self-centered, completely empty, hollow, and they were bored. They were super bored. So they entertained possibly multiple parties. That's my vibe is picking up. And nothing good can come out of anything more than 2. Let's just, if you go threesome, foursome, whatever, nothing can come good out of that, because usually the person that is involved in that is trying to mask something else, and it's hollow, empty. But if you're in your head and you're in your addiction and you think this is going to be fun, you leave feeling 10 times as worse, because it never does feel, it's up here, right? We think that is going to fix the void, and it doesn't. It never does. So we have conflict, clashing differences, and incompatibility. The conflict that I get from this card is two. There's a good versus evil, right? The person that I'm reading about was not raised this way. And even if there was some toxicity, there was some values there that they're checking out of, and they have for a long time. They kind of like, I always say dull the sword, So when they act out in low vibrating energy, behavior, toxicity, they end up, having conflict in their life. But they also, it requires more, you know what I mean? So it's no different like when you drink alcohol, right? When you were younger and you were drinking, you could get lit off half a beer. Now it requires quite a bit more to get to the same level of tolerance. So same thing. So once somebody is engaging in a behavior, it requires more and more and more and more and more, therefore causing more conflict and pain because the hole just gets deeper to fill. Heart fog, mixed signals, blocked emotions, messed up. So I get that it's not only a heart fog, it's a mind fog. So this person who is stuck in this kind of behavior knows they're stuck, doesn't know how deep that hole is, but it's requiring a lot more. And they can't make a decision. Addictions like that, it masks any form of sanity. You are not able to differentiate the truth from the false. There is no sense of clarity. There is no sense of direction. There is no sense of truth. Truth is muddled. It depends on what your version of truth is, which I never understood because there's like gravity's gravity. Every time I drop the apple, it's going to fall. Truth is truth. So I find that when the person I'm dealing here with is trying to come out of a very dark place, an extremely dark place. And they're not even facing the fact that they have to fix this stuff. They want to. They're working on parts of their behavior, but they're still hitting the behavior. You know what I mean? It's like whacking the branches, not getting the root, so the tree's gonna go back. It just grows differently. You ever cut down a tree? I had this ugly ass cherry tree in my backyard forever, and it would bush out. It just got enormous. And the more you cut the branches down every single year, it's kind of like this weird bush. It would just grow 3 times the size and in a different direction. The story is the same thing. Unless I get to the roots, it's going to come back with 3 different heads. Instead of, I put the alcohol down, but now I'm gambling, or I'm having multiple affairs, or I'm acting out in anger, or whatever the issue is. Fill in the blank, because we never fixed the real issue of why we started, like what we're masking to begin with, which is inadequacy, lack of value. I don't value myself. I'm requiring everything else around me to provide me my value. It's just this hole, right? So that's where I feel like the person knows they have a cleansing coming. They need to, identify and purge. They are looking at releasing some toxic behaviors and cleansing out, their energy. I also think this 3 next to me, next to this healing card, just kind of tells me a darker story. And this, again, doesn't resonate with everybody, but it came out. So when I pray and I do this thing before I read, is I ask my Holy Spirit and my guide, my tribe, to show up and give the message that needs to be spoken tonight. And we have abandoned. I get the sense when we talked about, look at that, there's a guy with a mask on. See that? This, in my opinion, this is a little kid in an adult body. So this person ended up feeling abandoned as a child and didn't get his needs met, and quite honestly has never quite healed from that section. So from that point on and forward, they ended up pursuing things that made them feel whole, that made them feel complete, that felt valuable and valued. They wanted to be a provider, a partner, a protector, and people kept abandoning them because they weren't fixed. They weren't whole to begin with. They were looking for commitment. They wanted marriage. They wanted to make promises, and they wanted to have a life of fidelity, and they couldn't. This is what their hope is, though. and it was right next to the healing card. So I think that's their goal. That's their desire, but there's some problems. And I don't want a bunch of comments on this card. Trust me. There's some truth. There's some true dark individuals out there that practice stuff like this. But more importantly, I like the bottom negative mind. So, and I do believe that for all of us that we can get into a dark spot. And once we start walking in that space, it's really hard to turn the corner and come back. So we have to be very cautious and not entertain those long. Like if I'm carrying a resentment, I'm the one in the cage, right? I keep talking about putting myself in prison, and I have the key. I can leave anytime I want to. I can forgive, I can move forward, I can evaluate why I'm resenting somebody, and I can be free from that. And sometimes if I choose to stay in it and pretend to be, or choose to wear the victim coat, right, and put it on and carry it around, and that becomes part of my persona, I take that with me everywhere, and I can't look through a clean lens because I'm constantly looking at the next guy who's going to hurt me like the last guy, or fill in the blank, and there's no moving forward. There's no hope. It's hopeless. It's hopeless. So if you've been in a multitude of really bad relationships, or a string of really bad resentment after resentment after resentment, it's a good indicator for, okay, wait a minute, wait. Maybe it's my perspective. Maybe I need to forgive these people. Sorry, my front door is opening and shutting. So some of these things are, all of these are fixable with the right Sherpa, the right team, the right tribe. And starting with identifying, okay, that's me. I have a problem with holding on to resentments far too long. My mom passed in April. Love my mom, but man, we'd fight. Two Italian ladies, right? We fought about everything. She's a little tiny thing. She's like $110 soaking wet, about 5'2". Just a little tiny thing, but she was solid. And her and I would fight about my dad. And my dad passed when he was 42 years old from a brain tumor. I was 19. So she's 72, talking about a guy who's been passed away for 40 years, still in the present tense. And I'm like, what are we doing here? I can't even get mad at him. Like, why are we mad at him? He's been dead for, like, Mom, this is your problem. We can't even confront the guy. We can't even, So we talk a little bit about what the damage did and why she's carrying it. And now it's in her head as a part of her. I'm like, it doesn't have to be a part of you. You don't have to carry that with you. And we got to be, she was able to release it. She saw that. But forever it was inadequacy, and I need to feel justified with my anger, and, this and that. And he did this and he did that. And I said, well, yeah, you maybe. Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so that's a fact. Well, what are you doing? What are you doing with that resentment? What is it? Is it feeding you? Is it helping you? Is it making you feel better? No, it's actually feeding you and not trusting anybody, any guy, ever. She never remarried. Just saying. So, we're going to pull from the tarot, see what tarot has to say. Spirit, please guide this message. What would you like to say to the collective? See what Spirit... That one wanted to come out. Thank you. That one wants to come out for sure. It's just stuck. A couple more. I just need a few more. Please, Spirit, tell me what you'd like to say to the collective. They do not want to watch me shuffle. That's too many, but thank you. Thank you. That one I'll take. Those two I'll take. And I'll take the top of this. All right. Kind of what we were talking about. Oh my goodness. All right, so the first card that flew out of the deck. Knight of Wands. Remember, Knight are actions, and it's passionate actions. So this masculine, it can speak to things. And I don't have enough cards on the table, but it is kind of mirrored up to the Four of Swords in reverse. And again, the Four of Swords is contemplation, meditation, really thinking long and hard. In the reverse is impulsive, right? Not thinking. So which kind of matches this. He's thought about it, but he just doesn't see the whole picture. He just sees a tainted side of the story. So again, the victimization, right? Kind of mirrors up to what we were talking about. So this Knight of Wands may come flying in. If I see a Knight of Swords out here, that might validate that. But he might come flying in ready to have an argument. about how he was abandoned by you when he did the dirty work. You know what I mean? King of Pentacles. This guy, he has done some work. This person, and I think it might be the energy of the Knight of Wands, but the King of Pentacles by its own is standing in its own. He's very intelligent. He's very financially well off. His mind is about his money. But he also lacks empathy. He lacks the heart. He's more of a I want what I want when I want it kind of dude, which is fine. However, you know, it doesn't help to repair relationships when it requires empathy, compassion, and, you know, communication. The Star card came out. You can see, I feel like this might be your energy. So the Star card is, it's a wish fulfillment, right? It's something you wanted. You want this person back, but you want them right. You want them to come back right. This is also you pouring out your emotion. You're giving it to God. You're giving it to the divine. You're putting one on the ground. This is spilt. These are the tears you cried. These are the ones that you'll never get back. These are the ones that you would have poured into him, but you're pouring into yourself. That's it. All that emotion and love that you would have given to this person. I just assume it's a him. It could be a her. Forgive me. But the Star card is, it's wish fulfillments. And your wish wasn't fulfilled. It wasn't. It wasn't. This King of Pentacles that looks great from the outside. Neighbors love him. People at church talk about him. Great guy. Maybe doesn't have all the right actions. Maybe he's inappropriate behind closed doors. Maybe he doesn't love the way he should or she should love you, or what love looks like. The reason why I say this, it's a Three of Hearts in the reverse. So this has already occurred. The Three of Hearts is deceit. It's pain. It's usually a third party. It's cheating. It's lying. And third parties don't always necessarily mean a human. It can be addiction. Like I said, distrust, holding things. It's just deception. And it broke your heart. It broke your heart. This is somebody wanting to repair it, right? That's the intent. Again, intent is great. Intent is wonderful. And the next to the Three of Hearts in the reverse is the Ten of Swords in the upright. So the Ten of Swords is, there is not room for one more sword in that body. That person is gone. And that's what the Death card is. Death. Now, it isn't the Death card, but it's the death of this, whatever this is. So this Knight of Wands, who's passionate, and passionate is emotion. Could be lust, could be love, but it's emotion, right? And this person is now impulsively wanting to come back. They have thought about it and they want to come back. So we're looking at this and on the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords, or the Eight of Wands in reverse. That's how I pulled it. And in the upright, it's fast coming communication. They're going to take a little longer to get to you. They're going to take their sweet time. Below that is the Lovers. And again, this is my card for the Divine. You can see the angel on the top. And the Divine, it's guided by the Divine. So I get right immediately, straight up, I got an energy who's done some extremely inappropriate things in this relationship. Several you don't know about. More than likely, you don't know about it. Along with not just lying, not just deceit, but because of the hex and the black magic card that came up, I do believe there is some of that for a very small percentage, where there's a lot of people involved. I get 5. I get a party of 5 right off the bat. And again, it may not resonate with everybody on this watching this video, but it's significant. It's life-changing for everybody in this party. It's not good. It's bad. So, like, we're talking, I just, again, off the top of my head, I'm speaking from intuition here, and I'm trying to be nice here, but there's people that are going to go to jail. And I get the sense that somebody in this party has had jail time prior, so this would be a federal offense, and it's federal time. This is what, I swear, this is what I'm hearing. So it's federal time, somebody stole somebody's money, lied about it, somebody's inheritance, and tried to get away with property, forged some document, they're going to jail. Done. Karma is not messing, like the divine is interceding saying, really? Okay, you want to play? Let's go. Let me show you who I am. That's kind of what I hear. So some people that were inappropriately acting out in this sexual activity are having lifetime permanent karma, physical, like luggage. You can't get rid of it forever. Some of these are health issues. Some of these are broken hearts that won't mend. Some of them are going to try to repair it. Some are going to come in and try to have conversations because they're sick. They're sick and tired. They see the truth today. The fog is lifted. Some remain in the fog. Some are fighting in the fog. Some are wanting to stay in the fog. And it's creating indifferences within this party. And it's sad. It's really, really sad. Sad. Yeah, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. Page of Wands in the upright is upcoming deliverer communication. Somebody's not ready to communicate and they're not receiving communication. So that I hear not returning my call, not returning my call, so somebody's sitting there and leaving the text on red and they're not returning the call. They're not even answering. Block, block, block. Queen of Wands in the reverse. That's not good energy. So the Queen of Wands in the upright is my VP card, right? She knows what she wants. She's got a pattern. This is, that's a strategic person with a negative plan, not a positive one. There's no growth there, and it's to hurt and traumatize other people. It's something made out of fear and pain and anxiety that they're going to be found out. Some dirty stuff went down, and they're going to get found out. A few more, Spirit. I hear car accident or plane wreck. Take it as you resonate. If you're driving, be careful, wear a seatbelt. But there's a group of folks that are vicious, and they're unfortunately super low vibrating and not being smart with their actions. And the irony is that people see it already. They've already been found out. The investigation's done. That's what I hear. The investigation's over. Yeah, 4 cups. So this isn't even about love, I don't feel. This is the divine giving them an out, and they're choosing to pass it up. That's what I hear. And the victor, there might be one person who comes out victorious out of this whole group. One that may get out scot-free without any complications. The rest of them sitting in their 9 of Wands. The Wounded Warrior, the 10 of Wands, it's the straw that broke the camel's back is the 10 of Wands. You just can't carry one more wand. Oh my gosh, boom, just no more. That's where this tribe is at, this group. And the Hierophant in reverse. This is dark energy. This is dark. This is not good. So, and I feel like there's going to be an opportunity where somebody's going to go to the cops, or they already did, and they kind of told the police of what's going on about this fraud and the possibility of wrecking a couple people's lives. And they don't want to be left out in the cold. They don't want to go to jail. And this is the end of the cycle. Done. And I'm telling you. So if you resonate with this, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I hope not. I do. I hope not. But this is a whole group of people gonna deal with the BS that they've dished out, and they thought they could get away with it. And the reality is conflict and fighting. There's no getting out of it. The divine's done. They've already their people are on their way to come and get you. Like, we're talking job loss, homelessness. I keep hearing forever STD, forever complicated, ruined reputations, not just job loss, but career loss. Like, you won't get a job in that industry forever. And the people they try to take out continue to elevate. They just keep getting blessed, because that's how this works. Is if I put out negative energy, they think that it's going to the person they're sending it to, but the reality is they're doing it to themselves. I don't care if they paid for it to have, that's the energy I get, is they went to somebody and try to have it done to them. And the reality is they don't know what they're doing. They don't understand. It's like I said at the beginning of this, gravity, right? If I believe in gravity, it doesn't matter if I believe in gravity. Gravity is a real thing. So if I'm in Japan and I drop an apple, the apple falls to the ground every single time. or in Colorado or in wherever. If I drop, regardless of how I feel about it, it doesn't matter if I believe in it. It doesn't believe if I put any faith in it. Gravity's a real thing. Universal, law is universal law. So if I put out, it's no different than manifestation. If I put out great things and I'm abundant, I'm productive, I am positive, I am this, and I'm saying it and I believe it, I'm drawing more of that in. If I'm negative, I get more of that. My mom, this is like so weird how this is all coming together. My mom was like stuck on that resentment about my dad forever. God help us all. And I'm like, she had this perception like all men are fill in the blank. I'm like, that's not the truth, actually. That's not even close to the truth. But in her mind, she'd already made that decision. And that's what people that do negative energy work, they don't understand universal law. They don't understand that. It comes back a 10-time fold, especially the more energy you put towards it and the more you do it, it comes back like a tsunami on your head, like heaping coals. And you can't undo it. It's already in play. There's no going back. So, which, it goes back to the beginning of the reading. I'm going to pull a couple more cards to close this. This is, again, I'm so curious. I want to know. So nosy. I am so nosy because I just want to know what's going to happen to these people. Finality. Farewells. Leave behind. Closure. I just told you. I can't make this up. It was a cycle, right? It ends today. It's done. Done. Chapter over. So yeah, let's see what else. Oop. Bluff. Pretending, mask, exaggeration. A lot of lying. A lot of mask. I get two-sided friend. So I'm being somebody's friend while stabbing him in the back. That's what that is. And somebody called them on their bluff. They got busted big time. Depth, awareness, importance, and value. Somebody, that's that one energy I'm telling you about, is recognizing this is not for me. I'm out. I don't find value in this anymore, and they're rising to the top. Lusting. I can't make this shit up. Forbidden, non-committal sexual energy. I feel like that's what the core of this crew. I'm trying to keep this PG-13, y'all. It may have been a promiscuity ring. We'll just say that. Like it was, there is money. There's money to be made in this endeavor. And unfortunately, it cost him everything. I have only you and commitment. That they're on the bottom. So only you is devoted, attached, and crave. And commitment is marriage, promise, and fidelity. This is what this one energy wants. They are lusting. And again, I've talked about this in my previous reading. People that usually run after dark energy, and especially immediate, like I said, he said that sex is easy. Anybody can have sex. Put 2 rabbits in a cage. Wait 15 minutes. You'll have babies in about 4 months. My point is that intimacy is what people crave. Intimacy, real intimacy, pillow talk level that you can trust. And I just don't know if you can get that in 15 minutes. So, but that's what this heart is looking for. They want to feel valued. They want to have something with depth. They're craving this other energy, only you. They want to have a fresh beginning, try again, new direction, start over. They are remorseful. Oh my goodness, they are remorseful. They see their loved one as charming, graceful, and kind-hearted as a beauty. Look at that. That is so beautiful. And so I just feel like there's some dark stuff happening to a handful of folks. Distance. There's a separation space and blockage. And that could be a number of things. It could be addiction that's blocking them. It could be a physical, distance that's blocking them. It could be family that's blocking them. It could be another relationship. They're not divorced yet. Who the heck knows? But there's definitely, I can't come forward yet, which is why we saw that maybe turned around and it's, moving slower, that communication, that text. Possibilities, free-spirited adventure and risks. So somebody's going to say, you know what? I got one life to live. I'm going to live my best life. I want what I want. I'm going to go after it. And I don't want to wait. I just walked out of this nonsense and I want what I want. Divine feminine. That's the read. I'm going to pull a couple more cards and it's yin. yin. So there's only 2 cards in here. There's a yin and a yang. And that is a divine masculine, divine feminine. There's a lot of soulmates. Lots of soulmates. But there's only one divine feminine to one divine feminine. First one that just flew out when I shuffled is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is somebody who wants to come forward and give you their cup of love, a commitment, a conversation. They're so done. They're so spent. Like I said, it's done. And be more selfish. Oh, that is 2024. Be more selfish. I'm not even playing with y'all. Yeah. I never imagined so much perfection. One says no and you are wrong. So like there's been, I get the sense of this guy or person, this energy was wrong. That's the whole feeling I get is they were wrong. And they see you as perfection, you know. So like the 9 of Cups, you know. It doesn't, I guess the 10 is them giving you the 1 cup. I just want space. Not quite done. I think it's that's we just read about that. There's a space between you two that's stopping the movement going forward. Lastly, I'm going to just pull any more. Doesn't want to come out. Sticky. It must be an important message. Let's see. One more, please. Just one more. You're watching me. No pressure. We'll get through it. I just want you all the time. I'm going to pull it on. Listen to your heart. So, if I could leave you anything, and I feel like I'm speaking to like a tribe of women. I love you all, first of all. I love you all. This is, 2024 is your year. Just own it. Just say, this is my year. Say it out loud. This is my year. I'm going to self-love. I'm going to show myself some love. How do you do that? If you've never done it, and I guarantee you, people on this that are watching this have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Like, what is she talking about? Go get my nails done? Yeah, I guess so. If that's what self-love is, it could be anything. But it is about you, putting you first for a hot minute, 10 minutes a day. We're not talking a lot. There's these cards that I received this year for Christmas from a good friend of mine called Stress Less. And I started just reading them, and I'm like, this is self-love. So I just randomly take one. Doesn't matter. Here's one. It says, go to a local park with your favorite book and a packed lunch. Self-love. Right there. Sit in your car. Listen to your favorite music. Paint a picture. Dance in the kitchen. Whatever. That's self-love. Believe it or not, that's self-love. You are not a human doing. You are not somebody's made. No offense. I mean, we all have stuff to do. But the reality is, if you don't spend 10 minutes a day, just in gratitude, thanking, you're going to wake up and before your feet hit the floor, your brain is already negative. This is how this is going to turn out. I don't want to go to work. I wonder if I can call in sick. I hate my job. I have so much to do. I'm already overwhelmed. You haven't even gotten out of bed. Your brain has been up for 30 minutes going, God, I'm really happy you woke up. I've been thinking. That's a bad sign. When my brain wakes up and says, hey, you know, we've had a conversation, and I call it the itty bitty shitty committee. That's who's trying to F up my day before my feet hit the floor. We've been talking, and we're so glad you're awake because we have some ideas. That's not a good sign. I have to start my morning in meditation, in gratitude, in prayer. I have a group of people I text in the morning. It's accountability, right? Like, hey, good morning. This is what I'm grateful for. And that's it. It's 5 words, 10 words every single day, but it starts my day in a mindset of self, of positive self, so I can invest in me. If I don't have anything in me that's positive, how the hell am I going to give you something positive? I'm not. I'm going to come off at you angry. I'm going to look at you like you only want something from me. What do you want? What? I'm going to be in a negative space. I'm going to carry resentment, and that isn't good for my health, my mental health, my physical health. Let's just stop that. So this was a very interesting read. Very intuitive. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to post it. I can't believe I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. Would love to have your comments. Please be kind. If you found this to be, you know, helpful, or at least entertaining, please give me a like. And I would love, I love that you shared. I saw the shares in the last few reads. So you all have friends that can resonate with this. Find your posse, find your tribe. right? Go find them and align with them and say, we're going to do this for the rest of 2024. We're going to be accountable to each other to be positive and look for the silver lining in everything we do, because that's where the divine lives, is in the silver lining. So love and light to each of you, and I wish you all the best until next time.